It's cool.
Hello everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at an upcoming game, which is what you see here is actually a playtest of a game called Project F4E. This is probably just again a temporary name for a game, and they will probably replace it once the game is officially released for early access or final version. So why I'm sharing it with you? Well, because this game is very interesting. It's kind of a mix and match of action RPG, MOBA, an MMO aspect, kind of try to create something original and interesting. In some ways, it was able to do it. In other ways, it felt more clunky. So again, this is still a playtest. So again, I won't judge it right now, but overall, the direction of the game is very good. Now, basically, in this game, you'll be progressing your character and unlocking stuff after you finish the game, and you get more experience with your character. You have different classes to choose from, which I'm sure they're going to add more later on. So, for example, if you unlock abilities and passive skills and gear like armor and stuff, some of them will be permanent for your character. For example, permanent, I mean, will be you can assign it to your character before getting it, like armor and shoulders and stuff. While the skills are actually one that you unlock will appear as part of the progression, like same as MOBA, but you won't actually be able to equip them previous to actually getting into the game. So basically, as you progress, you get XP, and with that XP, you can choose between different options for skills you already unlocked. Now, the game does have public and private lobbies, so you can create a public room. Other people can see the room and join you. You can actually refresh it, see other rooms, create again a private room to play with your friends. Now, the game has rifts, and basically depends on the average level of your teammates. This is the rift it's going to be. So you can see actually the level there. The one that actually joined me is level 3. Sorry, I'm 3. And the other one 3 and 1, as you can see. So we just give you the average of that. So we get 2. And again, if you get somebody higher level, you're going to get higher 1. And you can see when I started the game, I can choose between different powers. Immediately when I spawn, so I can choose, I think, two of them. And then when I level up, we're going to choose more. So it's up to you to kind of create a build on the fly, something that you want to do. Again, if you choose a support character, probably going to choose something else. Now, the game is, again, kind of complex. I mean, when I first started it, basically what you need to do is to get, as you see at the bottom left side, there's a pool that you need to fill up. So basically, you see, you need to fill it up to 100, and some bosses drops, of course, the highest ones. There's several bosses around the world. You don't have to kill all of them to finish. Just fill this one up. Some of them are enemies that are flying around very fast around the environment. Some of them is just kind of stations you can interact with and get a few. And basically, again, it's up to you to farm the environment, kind of similar to MOBA game, and level up and try to finish the level before it actually reaches the end, which you can see, by the way, the vertical bar on the left side. As although there are some random events that can happen, there's also, by the way, random modifiers. So basically, we get random chosen random modifiers from a pool of modifiers, and basically, if it gets if it fills up, all bosses will attack your base. Your Phoenix, basically, and it's going to be very, very tough. So basically, it's kind of have a time limit, so you need to do it very fast, otherwise you most probably will lose. Now, there are also some, for example, this is a Guardian, which actually tank enemies. If you play, by the way, the game is developed by the developer of Minion Masters. This is a game that, by the way, I play daily. I don't stream it, but I play it daily. And as you can see, I already invested in Minion Master close to 900 hours. I just love the game. And when I released this one, so when I read this one on Minion Master that they released a new game, an invitation with a link, I immediately tried it out because I love Minion Masters. Although keep in mind that for some reason, I don't know, I don't like the design of the game, I mean the look of it. I didn't like Minion Masters one, and the same here, by the way, it's the same probably art direction, and I don't know, something is just I'm not connecting with it. But again, it doesn't mean that the game can be fun. Same goes with Minion Masters. I love the game, I continue playing it. I just wish it just looked different. So anyway, you have some enemies that can help you out, and you can actually activate, interact with them. Basically, if you look at the top right corner, you see crystals. So these crystals are basically your in-game currency. By that I mean in level, in the time you're actually playing the level. Alright, just for, it's called in-match currency. And you can use it in order to interact with, for example, a guardian to maybe give it more armor, extend its area of infiltration for defense, and other stuff. And in case you die in the game, you have a timer. But basically, when the time is up, you're gonna spawn back to the base. Otherwise, if somebody revives you, we should just, by the way, expedite the time it takes to revive you. You're gonna revive at the exact same spot. Now, again, I just start playing. I'm sure it's going to be more hectic down the road, but again, don't expect, I mean, especially when you just jump into the game, to have something like Diablo where there are tons of enemies. Maybe it's going to be like that down the road. I haven't progressed that far to know how it will be like, but I have a feeling it will be much more hectic once you unlock higher level ones. But again, this game is difficult, and you need to strategize and preferably communicate vocally with your teammates in order to succeed. This kind of reminds me, by the way, the game From Space that I previously reviewed, where, you know, it can be punishing and you feel it immediately when you go even for the first level, because otherwise, if you don't play well and you're trying to kind of just go rainbow, you're probably going to fail. Let's take a look at some gameplay from that moment, and we're going to continue talking about it in a moment again.
At least, oh wow, we are getting a lot of XP like that. Oh, here we go. I got the area. Now we can heal, and I can also cause others to deal more damage. Oh.
Now, also keep in mind that enemies can attack your base, and if they attack your base, you need to quickly recover it. You can also repair your base. You can see, by the way, the little shop that you have on the NPC. And basically, you can see on the map where enemies attack your base, and you quickly need to go there, or at least one, to repair it and eliminate the enemies there. So again, map awareness is also very important in this game, and there are many times we actually missed it, and we just get this situation where basically we just get damage over time that increase exponentially the more we actually ignore the situation where the tower is defeated. So we need to go back to the tower, Phoenix, and we need to go back, repair it, and then continue. But again, bosses give you the more of that currency that you need in order to finish the level. Is one of them.
Corrupted. There we go. Boss it. Alright, putting now near him. Extra damage. Disrupted.
This is, by the way, the lobby. You can see we have 3. This was a public lobby, so another player actually searched for lobbies and just joined us. We can't see, by the way, the other player's level, unfortunately. Hopefully this will be fixed, because otherwise we can be very low or very high, and we can lower the engagement we're actually doing. Sometimes you get drop higher than your level, so if you want a guaranteed for your level, you need to do the world map engagements, which is guaranteed drop for specific level of that particular level you're actually doing, but this is separate for the Rift. So maybe you can look at it as a campaign, where the Rift is kind of the thing that has a more replay value in that aspect. Now, the cool thing about this game is that, again, the random drops, there's also random, by the way, attributes for drops that you get. So, for example, if you get an armor or another upgraded weapon, again, which you can equip permanently for your character, you don't actually need to level up to have it. So it's gonna stick with your character. I think, by the way, the world map has those type of engagement that can give you the drops for your armor, basically. So lots of random stuff and random drops, which is really, by the way, how I like it. Negative things, by the way, I don't know if, you know, I play with the mouse, and again, you move with the right stick, shoot with the left stick, but I don't know, it just felt, I don't know, a bit imprecise and not responsive. No, I don't know what's there. I don't know, it just felt weird. But again, maybe some more optimizations. And it just felt that, you know, when I play Diablo game or other games that have similar mechanics, it just feels better. So I don't know, I can't really point something, but something about the responsiveness of that just felt a bit off. Hopefully this will be further optimized. But keep in mind, the game is at least, well, the levels that I played is slower compared to Diablo, but maybe it gets more hectic as you level up, because I believe there are going to be more enemy spawns, going to be much more hectic than now, and of course I have much more. I have better abilities and stuff, but for some reason when I played, I think this is actually the approach the developer wanted. Not something that will be like Diablo clone, but something that will be slower, more punishing. I need to strategize more compared to something that's more like hack and slash acting. You just go and slash everything, and you're just going to be so OP. This is supposed to be, I think, more punishing in that aspect and requires more team play. I mean, that's how it felt like when I played the game the first time. Now that message means that you already filled up. You see at the bottom left, it's blue. So basically we can just go to the Phoenix and actually just go out and tap G and we finish the level.
Oh, I see it.
And that's about it. And after that, I'm just gonna show you what happens. In this case, by the way, you couldn't go back because the Phoenix was actually down, destroyed. So we couldn't do it. It was kind of an awkward moment. But again, this is the thing. And we start getting damage over time, as you can see, which of course just exponentially increase. So basically, if you don't go there in time, we're basically dead, and it's going to be game over.
Well done.
So I'm just going to show you what happened when you are victorious. You basically go back. You can rank up, depends on number of wins. By the way, if you can actually lose, but you don't derank, maybe in the full game you can be deranked. I don't know, because if you, for example, have 3 losses, it's going to be 3 axes. Right now, you actually don't rank, but I think you'll be able to derank because the game tells you, that you're going to stay the same rank. So probably you can also derank as well. As you can see, this is the equipment, by the way. This is permanent. You put it there, you stay there. You don't need to unlock it in-game, in match. There are different stats, random stats. You can see there are also different rarities, like you see blue, rare, uncommon, green. There's legendary, of course. You can see also the stats. This is the world map. You can see guaranteed drops. You see epic, purple, and you get currencies as well. This is guaranteed drop if you finish it. There are different levels, of course. So as you progress with your friends, you can do it and get a guaranteed drop. You can see the different items like the weapon, armor, and stuff. You also dailies, weeklies, season ones. It give you again stuff. As you level up, you can choose new powers to unlock. And you can see that I can actually sacrifice other ones. For example, this is passive in order to unlock a new one. So I can get rid of something that is not good for the character or the build that I want in order to use another one. So you kind of replace something that we had before in favor of another one, another skill. So yeah, in these aspects, it felt rewarding, right? You unlock new stuff, and you can think about builds that you want to create for your character, which one to keep, which powers to remove, and yeah, and lots of options, by the way. And with that, of course, comes cool synergies and builds that you can use. So in that aspect, it was actually really fun. Again, just the UI felt a bit confusing, but overall, yeah, it's really cool discovering there are so many unique powers and abilities for your character. Another thing to know that all classes are the progress is independent. So it's not like, for example, like from Space that I played, where when I rank 1 up to level 5, for example, all the other characters get to level 5. No, you need to play with the character, level them up separately in order to reach higher level. The tooltip, by the way, is a nice way you can just point and see more information about each one, which is cool. That's how it's supposed to be. I play many games that actually don't implement it. I don't know why. That's why players want to have the ability to move your cursor, see information, especially if it's like in-depth. There's lots of information to read as a tooltip for each one.
Gain steal for 5 seconds and empower your next normal attack. We need steal here. 300% damage, it's not bad. The 1% and apply Druid's Mark. Yeah, this is the one that I need. Spring Shield. Increase damage and healing done.
Yeah, but as you can see, there's no PvP here. Maybe they're gonna add later, I don't know. But this is not PvP. This is a co-op game. So you won't fight against other players, but with players, and try to beat Rift together. Same as Diablo experience, endgame Diablo experience, Rifts, basically. But again, it just plays differently. Yeah, overall, I really like the mechanics where there's some progression outside of the match and some in the match, and you can create your build outside, and then you have the drops available for you inside. Different classes, the ability to kind of have use the environment and some NPCs to your advantage to try to strategize around them. Communication is very important. Map awareness is important. There's also cooldown management, which is very important. So if you're a healer, for example, you need to communicate well so your teammates know that you don't have healing right now, so you don't overextend and die. And of course the random modifiers for the level, the random drops that you get. There are lots of variety of different abilities. So it's some, you see, if you do get the bar at the bottom, it feels like an MMO when you have those cooldowns to manage in a game. MMO RPGs. Anyway, all of these come together very well with a game that feels challenging, that you don't want to like go and just you feel like you can just destroy everything. You need to strategize well with your teammates, and so in that aspect, it felt more interesting when it comes to team play compared to games with just all right, I'm just going to be, just going to carry everybody, just going to go and slash everything. It's going to be so easy and just feel super powerful. Not in this game, at least not at the time that I actually got to play the game. So it felt different in that aspect, in all those aspects that I described. And this is why I like it, because it really felt like I'm playing something different. So again, you're going to balance in terms of the time that you have and also how much you're going to invest in farming the environment compared to how much you are active to actually attacking bosses or other NPCs. So all of that needs to be taken into account, because we felt quite a lot in situation where we just overdone the farming and we didn't have a lot of time to actually get the currency that we need to finish the level. Sometimes, we haven't strategy as well. Synergy, by the way, not just your synergy with your character, but the synergy with other players' abilities can be really good. And again, you need to communicate, because I felt that when we play with one player, he couldn't communicate, he just did something else, and we just failed. So communication is also very important. This means that this game is very punishing if you don't play well together as a team, which is great. So again, I'm going to share with you, this is the link, by the way, for something that you need to do. I think you need to do some two of what they actually ask you in order to get the key, and it will appear immediately after you do. Maybe follow Discord or follow Twitter and all this stuff. And once you do that, you're going to get a key and you can start playing the playtest. Keep in mind, again, this is a playtest, so it's not the final version. But overall, if you like what you see, you like what you hear, if you want to play something different and it sounds good for you, give it a try and see if you like it. Overall, I like it. There are things to change, but again, feedback to developers. Hopefully things will be improved with all the feedback from other players, and we get to play a really unique and interesting game in the future. Playtest, I don't know how long it will last, but this is a game that eventually will come to early access or final version pretty soon, because it's already looking pretty solid. And yeah, another cool game to play that borrows some of the great mechanics from popular genres that we like. And again, just check it out, get a key, try it out, and see if you like it. And that's about it for this video. See you on the next one. Consider maybe leaving a like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Cheers.